Right, hello YouTube. This is going to be a bit of a different video. I'm back home again for Easter and for my niece's christening. So I thought that I would take this opportunity to do a video of my village and show all of you lovely people exactly where I've grown up, kind of, and like where my memories are and things like that. So it's going to be a bit of a bumpy ride because it's going to be cutting a hell of a lot because there's a lot of stuff to show you, and yeah, I'll see you on the other side. Right, so I'm starting on my walk now through Eastling. I'm now been walking for about 10 minutes. I've gone past the church, I've gone past the pub, all of which I'll show you at some point. You will actually see them, or maybe you already have, depending on how I edit this. I'm now walking towards the woods and towards Echo Valley, which is where I used to spend a hell of a lot of my youth, because I used to go down there when I wasn't in the best of moods, and it used to make me feel a hell of a lot better, so I'll show you around. Right, on behalf of Eastling, I would like to welcome you to our first area of woodland just at the top of Echo Valley. So here we are. This is the woods. Right, I'm not sure if you can actually see it. We'll get a little bit closer and I can actually show you. There's like some kind of branched wooden construction here, and the reason I'm pointing this out is because a couple of years ago, I was like 11 or something, my sister told me a horror story about these woods, that a woman hung herself here, or was hung here, I can't quite remember, and that she died, and that she haunted the woods ever since, and you could hear her calling in the middle of the night. And my sister was once down here and told me that she actually was walking through the woods. She'd got separated from her friends, and as she was walking she saw a woman hanging from a tree and got completely terrified, but kind of like frozen to the spot. And then as she kind of stayed there, the woman hanging in the tree looked at her and just started screaming, and she ran all the way home absolutely terrified. So it took me a while before I could come into these woods again, but I'm back here now, and fingers crossed I'm not going to see anything that should be dead. Hopefully. Right, you should be able to see behind me somewhere over there, there's like a fallen oak tree. Like, it fell down like 4 years ago or something, and this used to be like a massive clearing. And I remember, like, God, it must have been like 5.5 years ago, me and one of my friends camped out here. And yeah, it's actually quite nice to be back, but it's also kind of sad seeing the tree all fallen over and dying. So maybe not a happy memory, but a memory. Yay! And now we're out of the woods and we're in Echo Valley itself. I'll just quickly pan the camera around so you can see Echo Valley in all of its beauty. There it is, look at that. And it is so named because if you shout loud enough then you actually do get an echo come back. So I will try it now and hopefully I won't completely deafen you. Echo! Hopefully you would have heard that. So yeah, it really lives up to its name. My mum used to bring me out here when I was having troubles at school and make me shout and get all my anger out. I had troubles with one of my primary school teachers, and she brought me out here and told me to just scream until I was calm, and it really helped. It's like really good work, really worked out for me. So I come back here quite a lot because it helps me feel a lot calmer. Yeah, so Echo Valley. Right, I'm now walking actually directly across the valley now. Which, thinking about it, doesn't look too much like a valley, not like anything you see in the films where you've got a massive steep hill on each side. I think it's still technically a valley, it's what it's called anyway. But the field you can probably see behind me normally has loads and loads of sheep in it, especially this time of year. You have all the little lambs running around, but I can't actually see any today. Me and my sister came down here the other day and we couldn't find a single sheep. Well, we found like 4 sheep, but we couldn't find any sheeps? That's not a word. We found like 4 sheep and we couldn't actually find any lambs whatsoever, so we're convinced that they've all been kidnapped by some kind of monster. Other side of the valley, as you probably saw, is another section of woods, which I'll be coming into in a minute. There's not a great deal to say about these woods, but there's one little spot two spots that I actually have memories with, and hopefully I will take a video there, and I'll see you in a minute. And we are back in the woods. I actually don't know if I'll be able to find the place that has one of my memories. Like 3 years ago maybe, I did a rural leadership course with one of the Eastling Centre, as it's called, where I also tended horses, and there's a picture of one that I'll put up in a minute. and we came down into Echo Valley and set up like we had to set it up ourselves, like a rope swing and everything, to make sure it was safe, make sure we picked the right tree, the right branch, all the rest of it. And it was actually a really fun day. I'm terrified of heights, for anybody who doesn't actually know me that well. Absolutely terrified of heights. And I remember, like, I set it all up, got everything ready along with everyone else, and kind of just stood there for ages, just like, I'm not going to try this, I'm not doing this. Eventually did it and was absolutely terrified the entire time, but when I got down I was really proud of myself for doing it, which sounds really pathetic. Like, you can't really see too clearly, but parts of this side of the valley do have quite a sharp incline, and when you're swinging out and you know that you're like 30 feet from the floor, it's kind of a little bit scary, considering you're the one who put the rope swing up and you're not entirely convinced you're safe. But I did it and I survived, and it was actually fantastic, so good memories. Right, I'm actually really glad I'm doing this video now, like spring, summertime, because when I came back at Christmas, this is what I wanted to be doing, but I didn't get around to it because I was only back for like 7 days or something. But obviously, as you can probably see, it's not the most well-defined footpath that you have ever found in the British Isles. But so like during the winter when everything's wet and rainy, this can be absolutely horrible to walk down because the horses come down here all the time, so they churn all the ground up and it gets really wet and soggy, and then you've got like mud everywhere. And I still used to do this when I lived here. I used to come down here in the middle of winter and do this walk every day. And I'd get back and I'd be covered in mud and I would be aching because it's, you know, it's something like a 3-mile walk, and I was like 14 or something at the time. But I'd get back and I'd be completely caked in mud and I'd be aching all over because the incline can be a little bit steep. But, you know, I always really used to enjoy coming down here. And then when my brother got old enough, I used to bring him down here, and we had some family days traipsing through the woods and trying not to get too dirty or get stung by anything that we didn't want to. Really good times. I actually love living in the countryside because of things like this. Right, okay, memory number 2 on this side of the woods. What, 2.5 years ago? Me and my boyfriend, like, he used to come over to our house all the time. We'd go for walks in the woods, and this is like just over that way, there, just behind me, was where we would take a little break halfway through and we would sit and we'd just talk and just lie on the ground. And it was really nice. It wasn't one of those, it didn't feel like a date, it wasn't anything that we had to feel pressured about, it wasn't anything like that, but it was just really nice. Just lie and enjoy nature with someone that you care about. If you ever get the chance to do that, I recommend you do it. We've broken up since then, as you probably know, broken up since then, but you know, I still like coming back here and remembering stuff. Call me sentimental. Right, I just stopped at the place I just showed you to have a little break on my walk, because I'm not quite as fit and young as I used to be. That makes me sound old. And I realised the other reason why I used to love coming down here. You don't get any signal down here, like at all. You don't get any whatsoever, which I used to love, because it meant that I could leave home and not have to worry about people contacting me or anything bad happening. I could just come down here completely away from everything, and I just wouldn't have to worry, which is really nice. So yeah, countryside's great if you want to get away from stuff. Right, I'm out of the woods again, and this time I actually have some animals. Look! Way over there in the distance. I actually can't get any closer because of the fence and everything, but oh god, you can't even see them. There are some sheep in that field, but god do they look far away. I'll try zooming in, but this is like a digital zoom, so there you go, look, sheep. We have some sheep. Yay! Right, made it to the top of the other side and I'm completely out of breath. It's a hell of a lot steeper coming back up than it is going down. Whew. If you can see behind me, Echo Valley is still there, and if we look over that way, all the way over here, that's where we started our little journey. Not too long ago for you, about like an hour for me. So yeah, back to the top and shattered and out of breath. I'm realising now that I really should have brought a drink with me, but there's still a little way to go, and then I'll be home again and I can finish my essay, which, this isn't procrastination, that's a complete lie. We're now in a place where even mortals fear to tread. I am simply stupid. Behind me, just over there, you've got a haystack and like a mound of rubbish and all that. This is where I've seen some of the biggest rats I've ever seen in my life. I think I've seen one the size of a small dog. Yeah, I'm gonna leave now before I find any more. Right, I'm on the corner just outside my village. Like, it's just that way, if I can actually hold the camera right. And there was one time that to get into our village, you either get a car, walk, or get the bus. I had to get back to the village quite early, can't remember why now, but I went to get on the bus and I didn't have the exact money. It was something like $2.60 just to go 6 miles. I was not impressed. And I said to the bus driver, I was like, look, I've got some more money like at home, I'll be getting the bus tomorrow, can I pay you then? And he got really arsey with me and was like, no, I'm not going to do it. Closed the doors and drove off. Right, so then I walked home. I got all the way to this corner, like 5 minutes away, and the bus comes up behind me, the door's open, and the guy's just like, oh, come on then, get on the bus and I'll drive you back. And I looked at him, I was like, are you kidding me? I've just walked the entire journey. I'm not going to get on the bus now at the last hurdle. You can jog on. And then he closed the doors and drove off, and I walked back to the house with a sense of pride and also a very, very painful sensation in my legs. Yeah, I won. Right, obviously you can see I'm back in Cardiff, but there's also, I went over to Jen's for a little while I was back, so there's a couple of random videos here that don't really need much introduction, so enjoy. Right. The most narrow stairs in the world. I'm actually probably going to end up killing myself now. Jen! We have a Jen. Step round the Jen. Shit! Step round the Jen. Jesus Christ! This is actually kind of scary.
Hey, you can really cream me.
Right, hey YouTubers, I'm at Jen's house, hence why it's all lovely and feminine here. We have a snowman condom that we are currently on the hunt for, which we should show you. Well, we found it.
Hang on, I need light.
Oh, we need light. We're finding light.
Phone. Hang on. Okay.
Right, we're finding light. We want the light before.
Here is.
Snowman condom. Snowman condom! For Chilly Willies.
The willies are the jelly. My panties are wet from the naughty guitar.
Right, hello YouTubers. See those? As of tomorrow morning, there will be no metal in my face, so enjoy them while they last. I won't. And I will see you, bracelets, tomorrow when I head back to Cardiff. It's been great being at home and visiting people, and I've had a really good time, but it's going to be nice to be sleeping in my own bed with all my friends and to have money again when my work pays me next week, so roll on next Friday. See you around. And I'm back. The journey home was actually pretty easy. We got stopped for like an hour and a half just before Didcot because the train in front of us had overheated. But other than that, it was really smooth coming back, even though it was Friday the 13th. And other good things on Friday the 13th is the fact that I have no brace now. So I'm completely metal free, apart from a little wire just behind my front 4 teeth, which no one can see. So I feel a lot more confident. I'm smiling a hell of a lot more, which is brilliant. One of the things that I loved most about being home over the last couple of weeks is the fact that I've been able to catch up with a lot of people that I hadn't seen for a while, like Jen, Chris, Kane, Stuart, Craig, my family, people up at the pub. It was really nice to be back, catching up with all those people, and yeah, it put me in a really good mood to see a lot more people than I saw at Christmas. I didn't get to see that many people at Christmas, whereas this time I've managed to see a hell of a lot more people, and it's put me in a really, really good mood. And Meg as well came over for about an hour. Even though she was really busy, she made time for it, so I was really happy. On the topic of seeing friends, Jen and her mum had been talking before I'd even arrived, and they've offered for me to stay with them over the summer, so that I've got somewhere to stay. I don't have to worry about rent or anything like that. I just need to give them a little bit of money towards food, which is fair enough, because look at the size of me, I could probably eat like a horse if I wanted to. So I've got somewhere to stay. I haven't got to worry about that. I'm going to be with people that I really like. I haven't got to worry about being around Kira or having my work life interfering with that routine or the rest of it. So my mum and my sister don't have anything to worry about. Everything's gone really, really well. It's all good. So I have somewhere to live. Yay! Right, so what's happening with me over the next few weeks? Well, I've got a presentation to do for uni on the 4th of May, then that's my last assessment done, and I'm finished with uni now for the rest of the year. Well, till September. And then just the week after the presentation, I'm filming Dread. We're spending the whole week. We're going to spend 2 days doing rehearsals and then spend an entire week filming everything. So that should be done within the space of like 9 days. Then I give all that footage to my editor, and she does what she does best, and everything will come together really nicely. So it's nice to have the ball a little bit closer to rolling on that, because it's been a very long time since I started it. So that'll be soon. And then after Dread, there is the Dogma project, which one of the university lecturers is doing a film project for, I think it's a week near the end of May, where we all go to, I think it's Barry, and we make a film in the space of that week, but there's like certain limits and rules that we can't break when we're making the film and stuff like that. So it's going to be a really interesting experience. I'm on the camera for it, which I'm really looking forward to. So I will blog about that when the time comes. Right, there is my very, very long-winded video about my week home and what's coming up for me. So thanks for watching, and I'm hoping to blog within the next 2 weeks or something, and I'll try to make it more interesting next time. I know I say that every single time, but hopefully this time I actually will. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.